Well, this time on Foul Play, we're going to try to plug the leak in the bean hole, if the pump works.
You're watching the Foul Play YouTube channel.
Hey gang, before we get to the video today, the good stuff, just want to take a moment to ask you to do me a favor. Take a second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave me a little comment. Ask a question. I don't care. Something. I want to hear from you. It's fun sharing ideas with you guys. But definitely give me a subscribe. I want to grow this channel. I want to build a little community where we can share ideas and just kind of share our love of duck hunting. So if you subscribe, if you like, if you comment, that bumps me up in the YouTube algorithm. More people see me, and then I get more views and more followers and all that good stuff. So do me that favor, if you will. Just hit the subscribe and like button, and I would consider it a personal favor. Thank you. What's going on, guys? We're out here at the bean hole today. It's December 27th. It's been frozen for about 3 or 4 days out here. And so it's been pretty cold. I've been kind of under the weather, so I haven't hunted since before Christmas. But I'm out here today at the bean hole. I'm going to try to fix this issue down here. So the beavers first came in, if you recall, this plug I put in the ditch here to keep water in. The beavers originally came through and dug it out for me, and I wasn't going to worry about it unless water levels went down too low, which they kind of have after a couple of big floods. Some of these beaver dams have sustained some damage. So I want to plug this hole back up. I did it the other day just with dirt. Then the second flood came through and took most of that dirt out. I don't think the beavers did that. I think that the just the erosion from the water running through there is what took it out, because it was just mud that I thrown in there with a shovel. So I got some corrugated roofing. I'll show you that here in a second. Cut it into 2-foot sections. It's really flimsy. I'm going to try to drive it down in here. I'm going to put more dirt in first, but I'm going to try to drive it down in here and see if I can use that just to kind of reinforce so beavers and erosion can't immediately just pop this plug right back out. So let me get set up. I'll show you what I'm working with, and then I'm going to start digging some dirt. Hopefully not too much. Here's one other thing I got to address. There's supposed to be a pipe down there, and there is, but it's all silted in and stuff. So I have got to try to get a shovel, pull some of that stuff out, which as soon as I put the shovel in there once, it's going to muddy the water up, and I'm not going to be able to see very well. So, but no water's going to flow either direction if I don't get after that. Maybe that's not important right now. I am going to run the pump today. But one other issue I got to deal with here at the bean hole. All right, here's what I'm working with. This corrugated metal right here, galvanized steel, I assume. It's really flimsy. I am not so sure this is going to work, and I've noticed that some of the dirt around here is frozen, so I'm going to have to break it up with a shovel just to be able to drive this thing through. So we'll see. I know I can't hit it directly with a hammer. I'll go grab a piece of scrap wood from the blind and see if I can put that on top and drive it in. But I hope this works. I don't know. It was an 8-foot piece, about 24.5 inches wide, and I cut it in 2-foot sections. Realistically, all it needs to do is just kind of prevent that water from running right over the top. All right, we got to take a brief interlude. Somebody see something. What'd you see, Rosie? Sorry about that. She was looking at something like she saw ducks or something somewhere. She is. That tail's going to town. Hopefully she's not over there playing with a beaver. Anyway, I'm going to fill some dirt in the hole over here. See if I can tap this down. You know, if I can get it down 6-8 inches without this thing bending all the heck, I'll consider that a win. So we'll see. I'm growing less and less optimistic that this stuff is going to work. But I don't know, we'll go from here. Let me work on it a little bit, and I'll show you my progress as I go. That actually went in easier than I thought. I'm hesitant to drive it down too far. I don't want to cut through my pipe, which maybe it would do, but anyway, I don't want to risk it. Maybe I'll whack a little bit. I just whacked it with a 2x4, It crinkled up the edges a little bit, but I don't care about that. Big deal. I do kind of want to stick, I wish it was wider. It'd be hard to work with if it was wider, but I've got 3 more pieces. I think I'm going to stick one, overlap it, 2 or 3 rows. Stick one over there. Stick one up here so water doesn't flow out around it. If water flows over that, that's not dirt I've dug, so that won't erode. But you know what? This might work. Well, I whacked in 2 more pieces. I think I'm going to whack this one a little more. And that really was easier than I thought. Thicker stuff would still be better, because then I could really whack on it and drive it in. But this is pretty nice. I think it's going to be okay, which is good. The water was flowing out of the hole into the creek, which means, you know, we're plugged up good on the other end. But, oh well, a salamander. Anyway, sorry about that. But, yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna whack that down. I have some spray paint left over that I've been just left sitting in the blind from when I built that. I'm gonna just darken this up a little bit so it doesn't look like a bunch of aluminum foil laying out here. And I'm gonna go get the pump. We're gonna put some water in here. Cool. All right, so I took a little break from the work over at the bean hole to scout a little bit. Want to hunt tomorrow. And I think I'm going to sit right here and look out over my shoulder, what you can see here. Just had 2 wood ducks swim up on us while we were standing here. And when I came down the hill earlier, I thought a hen mallard jumped up out of here. I didn't get a good look at it through the trees, but it looked like it had a pretty orange bill on it. So I'm going to try to, I got a camera, whatever it was sitting right by my camera right here. So I'm going to get home and see if I can get something on the camera and see what's going on. But I think I'm going to sit right here. I've been sitting over there several times, and what I find is I get eaten up from behind me. The birds that I've seen land here, both while I've been hunting as well as a couple on camera, are landing either right here or right in this area, right back here. There's this kind of flooded area where the water backed up. So I think I'm gonna sit right here. I've got some brush I can maybe trim up a little bit and make a blind with some tactical netting. And just, you know, as they come down through here and they're trying to land, maybe I can score something. I've been trying to sit over there because I'm thinking as they come down the creek goes this way, I get them. But I'm not having any luck doing that, because by the time you see them, you better be ready, because they're coming. So I think I'm going to sit right here where I can look back this way. You know, all the ducks that I've had come into land have either, like I said, come down the creek and come in right here, land right here, right behind me. I did see one big group come in and circle right over these trees, which might be tricky. But I think it's what I'm gonna give it a shot in the morning. I got dry ground to sit on. I got some brush to hide, and I think I can make myself a pretty decent hide in here. So if I score in the morning, I'll let you know. Well, I think this is gonna have to be a to be continued here, because pump seems to be locked up. I think it's simply just ice in the pump itself, not that the engine is locked up. I did pull it away from the creek and drain it out as best as I could before the freeze came in. But still, I can't get all the water out of it. I put a couple of buckets of water down in it. Of course, most of it runs out the side, but you know, to prime it anyway. And then went and checked out the creek like you just saw, and it moved a little bit, but then locked up again. So that really kind of reinforces in my mind that just the pump has got some ice in it. I don't think anything's cracked or anything like that. It ran a whole 5 gallons of fuel out. The tank was empty from the time I ran it last week before the freeze, so, and it didn't get submerged this time. So I think it's just the pump. Fingers crossed on that. So we'll leave it be. It's going to be 40 something tomorrow, so I'm sure it will thaw out, plus that water's in there. So I'm just going to leave it be. It's not going to be too cold tonight, I don't think. Below freezing, but not terrible. It should be all right. And then I'm going to hunt in the morning, and I'll come back and check on it, and maybe we'll work on putting some water on the bean hole then. So that's about it for today. Thanks for joining along, and I hope you enjoyed. Remember, subscribe and thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. I am Bruce, and you are watching Foul Play Outdoors.